Hey guys, welcome back. Some different content today. Just trying to make the best out of a kind of a bad no racing situation. So hope you enjoy. And the too long didn't read version, just get the Aero bike. All right, on to the tests. All right, we're here. Here are the two bikes for the test. All cleaned up and pretty looking. Before I talk about the bikes though, let's talk about the test. I'm just gonna go out and back. It's a very quiet road. There's hardly any traffic. And it's a loop, so I'm trying to eliminate all variables, including wind. You'll see that I have the position of these two bikes dialed. They are pretty much identical. Actually, I think they are identical, like within a couple of millimeters. Even though the Venge is kind of up on a little hill right now, it looks like it's taller. They are the same exact position. The geometry is the same. Stack, reach, drop, bar height, all that stuff is the same on these two bikes. And plus my position isn't going to change during the test. So I'm going to stay seated, basically going to be a robot for about 20 minutes each at like about 310 watts. Going to try to keep that consistent. And that's the test. So let's talk about the bikes. Okay, so this is the Felt FR Advanced 2020. And for both of these bikes, I have full reviews on my channel if you guys want my opinion on them. If you guys want to learn more about these two bikes, check out the links in the description. But let's just go over kind of the high level. Like I said, this is the 56 centimeter model. And let's talk about the wheels and the drivetrain. 41C Reynolds wheels that it came with. Not particularly deep, kind of all-around wheels here. With Vittoria Rubino Pro 25C tires, pumped up to about 85 PSI on both bikes. Ultegra Di2, swapped out the crankset for this Power 2 Max power meter. And just in general, this is an all-round tube section bike, which is kind of jack of all trades, good for everything. And we're gonna see how that pairs up against this guy right here. You can just tell the difference. You don't even have to be a bike racer. You can just look at it. It looks like a race bike. It's Aero, it's sleek, and it is very purposeful, aerodynamic tube sections, integrated cockpit. This is the 2020 Specialized Venge Pro, also 56 centimeter. Identical geometries on these two guys, so my position's not gonna change when I'm riding the bike. It's really just comes down to the equipment. And let's look at the wheels here real fast. Again, full details, full reviews on both these bikes on the channel. Check out links in the description. But this is the Roval CL50 wheel set that it came with. You can see a little bit deeper than the Felt. Both all-around wheel sets. Stock tires also on the Specialized. You can see S-Works turbos. These are 26Cs, so they're a little bit wider than the Felt. And then drivetrain, we have something a little different. We have SRAM Force Axis with integrated Quark power meter, also a spindle power meter, just like the Power 2 Max on the Felt back here. But the big difference here is those tube sections. Look, Aero versus standard. And I don't have my scale with me, but we'll compare weights when we get back to NorCalCycling headquarters, aka my garage, and we'll talk about the weight difference, because the out and back loop has about 150 feet of elevation gain. So we aren't just looking in aerodynamic benefit, we're also looking at climbing benefit, and it's a rolling course, so it's kind of an all-around which of these bikes is faster, if everything all else being equal. So let's go do some tests and we'll discuss the results. Okay, so which of these two bikes is faster? Well, here's my ride. And I actually ended up doing 2 loops on each bike. You can see for my heart rate curve here. So that's 4 loops in total, just to make sure the results were good. And both tests had pretty much identical results. So I was happy with that. You see, let's look at the first loop here. It was on the Venge. Averaged 309 watts. 5 miles. Took me 12 minutes, 56 seconds. Second loop was on the Felt. Also 309 watts. 5 seconds slower. 13:01. Third, I did them in reverse order. Again, to make sure the results were consistent. This time, 310 watts. Pretty consistent. 12:48. The conditions on the course were changing a little bit. It warmed up, so it's a little bit faster. And then the last was, again with the Venge. Also 310 watts and 12 minutes and 47 seconds. So overall, here's the takeaway. Over the course of 10 miles with 400 feet of climbing, the Venge is only 6 seconds faster. It's not much, right? I was actually thinking the same. But here's the thing. When I got back to my garage, I weighed both bikes, and actually the Venge, mostly because I had a couple of GoPro mounts on it and stuff, the Venge is almost a full pound heavier than the Felt. So even on a course with 400 feet of elevation gain, the heavier bike, the Venge, is still faster because of its superior aerodynamics. Now, instead of going 23 miles an hour like I did during these tests, imagine I was going 28 or 30 miles an hour on a completely flat course. That's basically 90% of P12 criteriums, and that's where the Venge is really going to excel, and that's where we're going to see a huge difference between these two bikes. Now, because I specialize in criteriums and flat to rolling road races, the choice was easy for me. But for those of you who are better at medium to hilly road races, that might be kind of a harder decision. And you might be asking yourself, at what point is the lighter bike the better option? At what point is the lighter bike faster than the Aero bike? Well, even setting aside the obvious benefits of a stiffer frame, this is a hard question to answer. I think unless you're really dedicated to like long, consistent, steep climbs in your road races, then you're going to be better off with the Aero bike. So I would speculate and say that most people watching this, 90+% of the people watching this, are going to be better off with the Aero bike, even if it does weigh an extra pound or so. I hope you guys like this content, and if you do, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I want to thank Swolebro, first of all, for having an amazing YouTube handle, but also for submitting this video request in the comments section. So if you guys have any requests for future content like this, be sure to let me know in the comments, and catch you at the next one.